Hey guys, TCGLover here. I have a new video I'm going to put up today. This is a deck list which was posted on the blog TrollDecking, so all credit goes to him. This is a 60 card deck called WTFsworn. Actually, it is called that. I'm not joking. It basically it gets every single card that that might be good in this format and mashes it all into one deck. It's actually surprisingly good. I mean, it focuses mainly on level 3s and getting the wind up loop and summoning Zen mains and yeah, I've noticed that, but mainly it has basically light and dark and it just spams shit and summons loads of stuff. So while it does die to stuff like Fiendish Chain, it's incredibly difficult to side against, and it's just stupid. Like, look at it. It's just like you mill stuff and you just mill anything. It's hilarious. I've just played it and some people are like, what the fuck? It makes no sense. So yeah, I'll quickly go over the deck list before I make a couple of duels. Mystical Shine Ball, Black as a Soldier, Envoy, 2 card troopers, 1 Dad, 1 Debris Dragon, 1 Veiler, 1 Eren, 1 Garoth, 1 Gauze, 1 Honest, 3, you got the Insecta Engine, no Gigamantis, Jane, 2 JDs, 2 Lumina, 2 Lila, 3 Hyperion, 3 Maxi, 2 Raikou, 1 Sangan, 3 Venus, 1 Earth, 1 Torbus, 3 Tour Guide, Wind Up Hunter, and 3 Wind Up Rat. And for the spells we have Allure of Darkness, Charge the Light Brigade, Foolish Burial, Heavy Storm, Monster Reborn, Avarice, 3 Solar Recharge, and Treacherous Trap Hole. Treacherous Trap Hole is really good in this deck, obviously because it's the only trap card in the deck. So yeah, it does a good job of keeping your opponent's field low, so you can keep attacking and keep blowing up shit. So obviously you've got BLS is great because you can just summon it pretty much anytime you want. There are quite a few cards that you want to mill. Card Trooper mills stuff as well as Raikou and Lila and Lumina. So there's a lot of different ways to mill, but you can mill Hornets, you can mill Torbus, I guess. You can mill stuff for Wind Up Rat to summon back. There's a lot of different things that are cool to mill, and Avarice just lets you put stuff that you didn't want milled back in your deck, even though everything is pretty much okay to be milled. It's just surprising that it's not even that consistent. It's just so random, but like that means you can basically play every single deck in this format in one deck, so you don't have to like go out and make a specific deck. You can just play all of it in one. It's actually really funny. You obviously don't get to play Dino Rabbits, but that requires some really, specific cards which wouldn't work in this deck. So yeah, but this is basically the exact copy of the deck that was made by TrollDecking. So go on Google and find out his blog and follow it, including mine if you haven't followed it already. And give him credit and tell him how great it is. And I'm going to show you food. Oh yeah, before we do that, extra deck. Ancient Fairy Dragon, Black Rose Dragon, Bionic, Scrap Dragon, Stardust, 2 Gachi, not sure why there's 2, I've only needed 1. Leviator Sea Dragon, Leviathan Dragon, Utopia, Roach, 3 Zen Mighty for the loop, and 1 Zen Mage, which is actually really handy in this deck. You go into it quite a lot, especially with Tour Guides and Dragonfly and all that stuff. So yeah, very good. I'm going to do some duels, so yeah. Okay, well let's have a look and see how it does. Hey guys, so yeah, here we go. This duel is against Lightsworn. So when I milled Lightsworns, I was laughing a little bit because I thought he's probably thinking I'm playing some troll deck. It is a kind of troll deck, but it's great that I milled Lightsworn stuff. So then I ended up milling Hyperion, so I thought I might have given away like an agent Lightsworn mash thing. So I'm guessing at this point he doesn't really understand what's going on. So I end up paying 1,000 to summon Gachi. Yeah. So this isn't actually my first duel. The first one I did was Dark World, and he got skill drain up on turn 1, and I was completely screwed. So this deck does have its weaknesses, I have to say, and it's actually not really competitive wise because it's really inconsistent when it comes to wanting to do a certain play. But it means the opponent can't side against it very easily, because there's not really any cards that can beat the deck except for skill drain. But yeah. There's always going to be one card that beats a deck completely. So I used Card Trooper's effect and I milled Staples and I was a bit pissed, but he took 100. I set Treacherous Trap Hole, and I thought he was going to start dropping JD at this point, so I was a bit kind of worried. But yeah, I was like, oh no, oh god. Yeah, so he Heavy Storms, and I was like, oh great, okay, fine. And he starts doing some derpy stuff soon, but he hasn't done it yet. Yeah, so he does Lumina, ditches to summon Eren. Eren attacks my Gachi, but it does it before damage calculations, so I don't think they take damage, but you might want to check me up on that. So I take 600, I draw a card. I was quite happy with that. He mills, and then he summons Wolf, and he did manage to mill a second Necro Gardener, which is going to pee me off in a minute. I summoned Card Trooper, and I use its effect to mill 3. So I moved Earth to summon Hyperion, and I removed a Shine Ball to destroy his Lumina. No. Oh right, yeah, Wolf, yeah. I thought I could do more damage that way. So I attack his Lumina, which I should have destroyed Lumina because I completely forgot about the Necro Gardeners. Yeah, so he ends up negating both attacks like a scrub. And at this point I'm like, oh god, okay. So he ends up being a little fag and drops his good buddy Black Luster Soldier, and I was like, no. But yeah, he doesn't really understand the ruling very well, and he thinks that he can attack more than twice, because he attacks over Hyperion. I take 300, and then I take 2/6 from that attack, and I draw 1, and then I drop I'm telling him that he can only get 1 extra attack. He can't just keep attacking over and over, because that would be dumb. So he attacks directly with Lumina, and I take 1,000. And I'm thinking I'm just going to drop Gauze after he attacks with Eren, so I end up special summoning it. He doesn't attack my token with Garoth, which is strange. So he mills a lot of stuff because he has to mill 10 cards. He ends up making a lot of his deck, but I'm not going to wait until he decks out, because he would beat me by that point. So I mill loads of stuff. I mill Hornet, so I'm like, yay, Dragonfly shenanigans. So I started doing Insector deck now, and started popping stuff. So I kill his BLS, of course. Why wouldn't you want to kill his BLS with a Hornet? I mean, it's like the whole point of the card. So Centipede destroys that. I did the Hornet, I didn't want to go through that crap again, and then just adds thing to my hand. So I flick the token into attack mode. Yeah, into attack mode, and then I attack, and then I crash my token into Eren, and then he takes 2/6, and yeah, takes 2/6, because I didn't want to leave my token out, because I've only got 800 life, so if he managed to reborn back his monster or something, I would be kind of like, oh god. I was going to summon Zen Mighty and do some wind up stuff, but I thought, nah, I think I would sit behind that monster instead. So he's pretty much screwed at this point, because he's only got 3 cards in hand, no cards in the field. I've got a 2700 beat stick and a 2100 wall that blows up stuff when it could be destroyed. So he's pretty much screwed. So he sets a Raikou, and I was like, oh yeah, I'm not stupid, yeah. So I do some more Hornet shenanigans, blow it up, and he ends up scooping at that point. So GG to me. That's pretty much all there is to say about it. So yeah. You can see my hand is messed up. I didn't really do any wind up stuff, but I have done some before. Yeah, so my field is pretty crazy. You know, it was mainly Light Swarm stuff for most of the part, and then it went into Insector stuff. What I might think of doing is taking out the agent stuff and putting in the wind up Magician and wind up Shark, but it might get 2 Insect ups, which is not really the point of the deck, so I might not do that. So yeah, I really thought there was another play that I could have done to make it better. I still won anyway, but you know, there's still different plays I can have done. Yeah, so you can understand how this whole deck is basically pivotal around the fact that your opponent does not have a skill drain on the field. As soon as they do, then you are in big trouble. So yeah, that is the one problem with the deck, and there's no way to get around that. I mean, I don't main any back row hate except for Heavy Storm. So tend to when they do set skill drain, they tend to set Solemn Judgment or Starlight Road to make sure that their negating effects thing does keep going. Especially with Dark Wards now being so popular, so because that stupid guy won. So yeah, thanks for watching, guys. TCGLover is out.